I was up there earlier this week. Jeff Fisher, you know, the Rams coach, he grew up here in the San Fernando Valley. He played for USC. He knows the Rams and the LA tradition. Here's what he had to say about the possibility of the Rams coming back to LA and coming back for the first time since they left for practice.
Well, I mean, you know, the Rams used to be here, you know, and so we've got a lot of Ram fans, obviously. It was great for them to come out. It was a great opportunity to see us in person. You know, I remember last year when we played at the Chargers, you know, in San Diego, we had a great group of people there that we're really pulling for. So it was great to see them out.
What do you think of Stan Kroenke being up here watching your practice today?
I thought it was great. Yeah, I mean, you know, he and Jerry are close, and you know, you got two teams practicing against each other. Why not come out as an owner and watch them?
Do you think it signals anything bigger to the people of Los Angeles?
No, I don't read between the lines. You know, we open against the Seahawks, then our focus is on getting better so we can compete with them.
Oh, but let me tell you, a lot of people read between the lines. There were hundreds of these fans in Oxnard. The bring back the Rams fans rooting on their team. We asked them to come in and talk about the possibility that their team may return to Southern California. You're going to hear from them. They're right here with you next.
Bring them back. Bring them back. Ram fans, they should have been here a long time ago. Coming on. Rams Nation, baby. Bring it back.
Rams fans. I was impressed with these guys. They invaded Oxnard earlier this week. They have signs, they have towels, they have T-shirts. They want it all. They want the Rams back, and they are believers. Joining me on set now to talk about the Rams, some members from the group, and we've had them before. We welcome them back. Bring back the Rams. Tom Bateman and Andy Hogan. Thanks for being here, guys. You were up there in Oxnard?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Both days.
I was impressed by the crowd, by the Rams crowd.
Yes. It was 12,000 over both Monday and Tuesday practices, far way and outnumbering Cowboys fans.
Okay, so Andy, Jeff Fisher says, don't read between the lines.
I will read between the lines, and I believe that the Rams will be back next year. And I don't think it is a coincidence that they decided to to practice against the Cowboys in Oxnard, just a few miles north of Los Angeles.
So you are going to read between the lines. Although
Yes.
what Jeff told me was they look for other teams to practice with all the time, and they would just happen to be making a California swing.
Well, there are plenty of teams in the Midwest they could have practiced against, and just so happens that the Cowboys were right in Southern California, and maybe it is a coincidence, but I think it's not.
So, Tom, I've talked to you now for a couple of years. I've seen you at different events, even at the Super Bowl. Anything at this point that really makes you believe that Stan Kroenke's going to get the bid from the owners to move his team here?
Well, I don't see how the NFL is going to deny the fact that dirt is moving there in Inglewood. They are actually
they didn't break ground for a stadium yet.
But they're doing all the preparation work for that.
But there's no stadium. We'll make that clear.
And then you have Stan Kroenke who's just saying, I'm going to fund this project. You know, I'm not going to go borrow money from Goldman Sachs to do the project. I'm going to do it on my own money. And how can the NFL say no to that? You know, there's no public money involved. He has all the approvals ready to go. And it's gone far beyond just, you know, simple architectural drawings. They're ready. They're going to be ready in December to break ground on the stadium.
Right, but I think that what this is about is him getting the support of 24 other owners and able to pick up his team. He can't just pick up and move his team by the rules. You think he'll get that support from 24?
Well, I think, you know, he is
23?
definitely having the conversations with all the other owners and explaining the benefits of the project in Inglewood and how it's going to benefit the NFL. You know, he's got a task to convince 23 other owners to support him.
Good task.
And I think that he has the most credible plan out there. And I think that it's clear that to most of the people in the NFL that this is the project that's going to happen.
All right, so Jeff Fisher said don't read into it. But let's see what Jared Cook, he's the Rams tight end. And of course, we all asked everybody, every player, everybody about the Rams coming back and about all those Rams fans. Here's what Jared says.
Did you hear them when they came off the bus, when you guys came off the bus and they started chanting?
Yeah.
What was your reaction?
I just couldn't believe it, man. Yeah, I think we had a lot more fans out here than Dallas did, but it was pretty awesome.
You know, I'm going to admit that he is probably right about that. There seemed to be certainly more Rams fans there than Dallas fans at some point. Sorry, Dallas fans. I met a lot of them out there. So the Inglewood plans, the stadium plans up there, what do you think of those?
I think it's going to be a state-of-the-art stadium. It's going to be one of the premier venues for the NFL, for Super Bowls, for any event that the NFL can think of, and plus the events beyond the NFL.
Well, Stan Kroenke's got Jerry Jones in his pocket. We talked to Jerry Jones, and Jerry Jones really likes Stan Kroenke. I think that he would like to convince Dean Spanos, the owner of the Chargers, to move into this project with him because they'd like to have 2 teams. I'm not sure he's going to do that. Did you see Stan Kroenke up there when you were at practice?
I did see him. I saw him on the big tower there with the Cowboys logo on there.
So he wasn't mingling with the fans when you saw him?
But he was mingling with Jerry Jones, and we all know that Jerry Jones is a powerful owner in the NFL, and I think his opinion will have a lot of sway with the other owners.
Yeah, these two were together on the field. In fact, I was there on that day, and Stan really didn't talk to the media. It was Jerry that stopped to talk to the media. What do you think the biggest advantage would be, Tom, to having the Rams come back versus, say, the Chargers or Raiders?
Well, the biggest thing is that the Rams have a 49-year history to build on in Southern California. They were the first of the professional sports teams to be in L.A.
And that's something that people forget, that they were an original team
Absolutely.
here.
And the 12,000 fans that showed up there over on Monday and Tuesday of last week, that was built on the 49 years that the Rams were here. And, you know, you're not going to have that with any other team. You know, right there is the most important building block. If you're going to compete in L.A., you have to have a strong foundation. And the Rams have that for 49 years.
I'd reported that when I was in Chicago at the NFL owners meetings that they're looking into ways to open it up so that fans can start buying tickets. An unnamed team. Would you put your money down on something like that right now, even if it wasn't the Rams that you knew of?
Only for the Rams.
If it's an unnamed team, just so you can get in.
Only for the Rams.
You'll only do it if you know for sure it's the Rams?
Correct.
Right,
I wouldn't want to have tickets for the Chargers or Raiders.
You just don't care if it's them, huh?
No,
Guys, thanks as always for coming in. We'll have you back when we know a little bit more.